Alrighty, well, welcome back. I've been praying for you guys. Thank you for being here. Today we've got 1 Kings chapter 16. Now the word of the Lord came to Jehu, the son of Hanani, against Baasha, saying, Inasmuch as I exalted you from the dust and made you leader over my people Israel, and you have walked in the way of Jeroboam and have made my people Israel sin, provoking me to anger with their sins, behold, I will consume Baasha and his house, and I will make your house like the house of Jeroboam the son of Nebat. Any one of Baasha who dies in the city, the dogs will eat, and any one of his who dies in the field, the birds of the heavens will eat. Now the rest of the acts of Baasha and what he did in his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Baasha slept with his fathers and was buried in Tirzah, and Elah his son became king in his place. Moreover, the word of the Lord through the prophet Jehu, the son of Hanani, also came against Baasha and his household, both because of all the evil which he did in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger with the work of his hands, and being like the house of Jeroboam, and because he struck it. In the 26th year of Asa, king of Judah, Elah, the son of Baasha, became king over Israel at Tirzah, and reigned 2 years. His servant Zimri, commander of half his chariots, conspired against him. Now he, Elah, was at Tirzah, drinking himself drunk in the house of Arza, who was over the household at Tirzah. Then Zimri went in and struck him and put him to death in the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, and became king in his place. It came about when he became king, as soon as he sat on his throne, that he killed all the household of Baasha. He did not leave a single male, neither of his relatives nor of his friends. Thus Zimri destroyed all the household of Baasha, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke against Baasha through Jehu the prophet. For all the sins of Baasha and the sins of Elah his son, which they sinned and which they made Israel sin, provoking the Lord God of Israel to anger with their idols. Now the rest of the acts of Elah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? In the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, Zimri reigned 7 days at Tirzah. Now the people were camped against Gibbethon, which belonged to the Philistines. The people who were camped heard it said, Zimri has conspired and has also struck down the king. Therefore all Israel made Omri, the commander of the army, king over Israel that day in the camp. Then Omri and all Israel with him went up from Gibbethon and besieged Tirzah. When Zimri saw that the city was taken, he went into the citadel of the king's house and burned the king's house over him with fire, and died, because of his sins which he sinned, doing evil in the sight of the Lord, walking in the way of Jeroboam, and in his sin which he did, making Israel sin. Now the rest of the acts of Zimri and his conspiracy which he carried out, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And we think our political situation is chaotic. Bet they were missing the good old days of Solomon right about now. Then the people of Israel were divided into 2 parts. Half of the people followed Tibni, the son of Ginath, to make him king. The other half followed Omri. But the people who followed Omri prevailed over the people who followed Tibni, the son of Ginath. And Tibni died, and Omri became king. In the 31st year of Asa, king of Judah, Omri became king over Israel and reigned 12 years. He reigned 6 years at Tirzah. He bought the hill Samaria from Shemer for 2 talents of silver, and he built on the hill, and named the city which he built Samaria, after the name of Shemer, the owner of the hill. And this was in the northern region of Jerusalem. Okay, and I'm actually going to derail here for a second and go over something. We've been seeing a pattern for some time now of this cycle of sin and division within Israel. And my pastor showed a great diagram this morning that I want to share with you. Our church is in the middle of a study of Nehemiah, which is why it shows that on the picture. But this cycle can be seen really throughout the entire Old Testament, and it goes like this. Israel becomes obedient, Israel rebels, God punishes, Israel repents, and then God delivers. And we're going to see this cycle over and over. And if we're honest, if we reflect on our own lives, it can look a lot like us at times. Except that we have the extreme grace that we're going to discuss in our next book, the book of Luke, to have the knowledge of the crucifixion and the resurrection. That's something that these guys during the time of 1 Kings did not have the privilege of. And also the amazing privilege to have God's Spirit indwell us 24/7 to be our helper. So we are incredibly blessed. All right, so back to verse 25. Omri did evil in the sight of the Lord and acted more wickedly than all who were before him. See, here we go again. Verse 26. For he walked in all the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and in his sins which he made Israel sin, provoking the Lord God of Israel with their idols. Now the rest of the acts of Omri which he did, and his might which he showed, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? So Omri slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria. And Ahab, his son, became king in his place. And I'm sure you guys have heard that name before. All right, verse 29. Now Ahab, the son of Omri, became king over Israel in the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah. And Ahab, the son of Omri, reigned over Israel in Samaria 22 years. Ahab, the son of Omri, did evil in the sight of the Lord more than all who were before him. It came about, as though it had been a trivial thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, that he married Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Sidonians, and went to serve Baal and worshipped him. So he erected an altar for Baal in the house of Baal, which he built in Samaria. Ahab also made the Asherah. Thus Ahab did more to provoke the Lord God of Israel than all the kings of Israel who were before him, which you think would be very hard to do. Verse 34, in his days Hiel the Bethelite built Jericho. He laid its foundations with the loss of Abiram, his firstborn. And I don't know if that's because he received donations or he had more time. I don't know. And set up its gates with the loss of his youngest son, Segub, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke by Joshua, the son of Nun. All right, before we close out today, let's discuss Baal real quick and who he was. So Baal worship infiltrated Jewish life during the time of the Judges and became widespread in Israel during the reign of Ahab here, and also affected Judah. The word Baal means Lord in a lowercase l. According to Canaanite mythology, Baal was the son of El, the chief god, and Asherah, the goddess of the sea. Baal was considered the most powerful of all the pagan gods, even over his father El, who was seen as rather weak and ineffective. In various battles, Baal defeated Yam, the god of the sea, and Mot, the god of death in the underworld. Baal's sisters were Ashtaroth, a fertility goddess associated with the stars, and Anath, a goddess of love and war. The Canaanites worship Baal as the sun god and as the storm god. He is usually depicted holding a bolt of lightning, who defeated enemies and produced crops. They also worshipped him as fertility god who provided children. Baal worship was rooted in sensuality and evoked ritualistic prostitution in the temples. At times, appeasing Baal required human sacrifice, usually the firstborn of the one making the sacrifice, and we see that in Jeremiah chapter 19. The priests of Baal appealed to their god in rites of wild abandon, which included loud, ecstatic cries of self-inflicted injury. Jesus calls Satan Beelzebub, linking the devil to Baal-zebub, a Philistine deity seen in 2 Kings that we'll read. The Baalim of the Old Testament were nothing more than demons masquerading as gods, and all idolatry is ultimately devil worship. God warned Israel not to get involved with Canaan's fake gods in Deuteronomy. And in the next few chapters, we're going to see God reveal that Baal is a phony, including the entrance of Elijah, who will put Baal to the test. So I hope you can join me. Looking forward to it. It's going to be good. God bless you.